Phil Geeks, and you're watching GEEKCASTER. Today we have in the studio
Dayveonne looking for ramen Bussey.
Corey just Pierre Davis.
Yeah, how y'all doing?
Ramen, spicy, looking for ramen.
We're doing swell.
Nice. You're watching GEEKCASTER, everything sci-fi-fantasy, geek culture. Today we're going to talk about Lupin. We're going to talk about Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. Well, technically this show is called Sabrina. And we're going to talk about Wandavision, Cobra Kai. And did I miss anything, gentlemen? I think that's about right.
You said Wandavision, right?
Yeah. And also, for those, every show we're going to highlight and throw up there on IG some giveaways from the studio. So you got to go to our IG, which is GEEKCASTER, and hit us up. And if you like it, pick it up from the studio. If you're willing to pay for it to be shipped, we can work that out as well. But we like to give back to the community. So Happy New Year, guys. This is a new year, and we just ushered in some new content. So let's talk about Lupin first. Is that works for y'all?
Yes.
Okay, yes, we could talk about Lupin.
Now, Lupin. Cora, can you break that down? What is Lupin about? The Netflix show.
Lupin is a fictional detective, and in the Netflix show, we actually meet the embodiment, real life version of a guy who studied Lupin so much that he actually became Lupin and goes on his adventures.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. I've never seen a black man in a role like this. This is a role that you don't often see. A black man having this really strong and clever lead role. It takes place in France, and it was just amazing. It was amazing to see this show. My 2 cents, this is a must-see. If you like detective, if you like action, if you like anything that kind of makes your brain say, oh, wow, this is the one for you.
There have been many iterations of Lupin the Third. There's been cartoons, there's been anime. In this live action version, it takes a little bit of a spin. His name is not Lupin. He goes by Assange, but he becomes the embodiment of Lupin, which is great. It's a must-see. Absolutely must-see. There's nothing to say about it.
And Dayveonne, what's your take on this one?
After watching Lupin, I agree with everything Corey says regards to it's the fact that he embodies the character, all because he studied the book. He studied everything regards to that particular fiction. Is he a fictional character, Lupin, or is he a real character in real life?
Lupin's a fictional character.
Okay. He studied the fictional character of Lupin. So it's basically he utilizes some of Lupin's traits, some of Lupin's abilities, and he basically uses it in everyday situations just to prove or to basically find out clues about certain things that occurred in his life.
And again, it's a fictional character embodying another fictional character, just so there's no confusion out there. And
right.
Watching that. So we all say this is definitely a must-see. Now let's go with Sabrina. Now, for those that have not seen the Netflix series of Sabrina, this is not your Nickelodeon version. This is a very dark and twisted version of Sabrina, really going closer to the comic books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so if you have seen season 1 and 2, you will, to my opinion, you will like it. Season 3 to 4, there's some missing links, in which I'm not going to say too much about because I don't like to spoil things. But there's some missing elements that wasn't really explained very well. So I would prefer you to watch 1 and 2 of Sabrina besides going straight to season 3 or 4. Get a clear understanding first.
You mean watch it in order?
Correct. Because you got people that don't watch it in order.
Well, this is the other thing too. It all depends on your values and your mores, and I guess that's why they didn't call it Sabrina the Teenage Witch. They call it The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. And I remember when it first came out, there was a huge backlash because of the amount of content that has ties to Satanism. They did, I just want to say, combine a lot of pagan traditions in like this whole witchy world of Sabrina. It's not the comic book friendly comical Sabrina the Teenage Witch we know. It's very, very dark. It's a lot of rituals. They really do go there with the amount of demonic names, satanic rituals. People have basically petitioned to take this off of Netflix, and it doesn't really, I guess, show their religion or their practices in the light, because they do, in real life, the Wiccans don't really worship the devil or Lucifer or anything like that, like they do portray in the show. So there's a lot of confusion over what ties Sabrina actually has that aren't really connected to Satanism with their religions in the real world. It's a mix. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to season 2 because of my beliefs, but if you do enjoy it, there is an enjoyment factor. The acting is pretty good. The teenage drama is pretty good, but there's a lot of Satanism, a lot of praise to the devil if that's your thing. And if you don't mind it, it's a great watch.
Yeah, well, I gotta say, I've based on that backlash, that explains a lot to me. I've seen the whole thing all the way to the end, and I'll say there were moments where I had to like pull back and like, wait a minute, what's happening here? What's happening to my soul? But yep, there were moments where I had to like fast forward. I thought you were gonna say it's interesting. They here are these teenagers, but they're knocking boots, they're having orgies and stuff. So listen, parents, if your kids are saying I want to watch Sabrina, no, okay, no. It's not the Nickelodeon thing. But there is a surprise. I will say this as a spoiler. There is a surprise cameo of the aunties from the Nickelodeon version, which I found was it was nice. That was really nice. And how they bring that in was really clever. There's a episode after that episode where they kind of make fun of them riding this season. I feel that it was rushed. I feel they had a clever idea, and how it ends up really, really creates clarity of what you just said. And I believe the show is canceled.
Yeah, it is. After season 4 is done.
Yeah. So there you go. Now, WandaVision.
Yes!
This is a very listen, I think it's creative and brave what they're doing with Marvel. I was not satisfied.
Wait,
no,
what?
I was not satisfied.
What? Even episode 2?
I did not get to 2. I have to honestly say, I know.
Whoa.
Then that's understandable. That's understandable.
Wait, what? Wait, what he say? What Geek say?
I did not get to episode 2. I was dissatisfied with episode 1.
Episode 2 is where it's at. You got to watch episode 2. It's completely different than episode 1.
What?
It's completely different.
Okay, well, let in case you didn't know, 2 characters, Wanda and Vision, WandaVision. They kind of teleport themselves into.
No. Hold up.
Okay, whatever. Just say it fast. We only have a half an hour show.
I know, but you kind of ruined it a little bit. We don't know what actually occurred.
Okay.
So,
all right.
That's the whole setting of the story.
Well, explain it so people would want to watch it then.
Okay.
Fast.
If you remember Wanda and Vision, it doesn't give you too much details of what's going on in the first episode.
Now, mind you, this is Wanda and Vision from the Marvel Universe. All those Marvel movies and that big thing going on with the...
It's safe to say everyone's caught up at this point.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right.
So pretty much think of it this way. Think of the Truman Show.
Okay.
That's the best analyzation of it.
Okay.
But in a way that I think she's aware. It's more to make you think
Okay.
what the heck is going on, and that's the whole thing. But it did throw out a lot of Easter eggs and hints in episode 1 and 2. So yeah, geeks, you need to go back to episode 2 because I think episode 1 mentioned the House of M.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll watch
episode
episode
one.
2.
Episode 1, there were minor Easter eggs. Episode 2, there was a plethora of Easter eggs. So, yeah, where we're at now, we don't know what universe we're in.
Okay, so you guys are in love with the show. You're saying
Yeah.
you're saying that this is the dippity dog there going on.
Marvel is back. It's like if I Dream of Jeannie, Bewitched, the Dick Van Dyke Show, if all those were made in the time of Marvel, this is WandaVision. It's what you get. There's a lot of one-liners. There's a lot of great content. I can see why people were thrown off by episode 1. Had you continued to episode 2, it just progressed.
Okay.
1 was an intro, 2 was the story.
All right, so
Right.
people out there that are normal like me, at least we feel better about episode 1. But let us check out episode 2 that you guys are holding so close to your chest. And we'll
Because
see what's
think
going
about
on
it. Also, it had a lot of little bits of horror entities in each episode.
Okay.
And it dials up in episode 2.
Okay. Now that I'm beaten up, I guess I'll check that out. So what's going on with Cobra Kai? What do you guys feel about Cobra Kai?
I'm going to be honest with everybody.
No, we want you to lie.
All right, I did watch Cobra Kai, if you want me to lie.
Great, I'm not the only one.
And I'm going to tell you the reason why I was never a fan of The Karate Kid.
You're canceled.
Really?
Whatever.
You're canceled.
I don't care. I just don't. Like, I never liked The Karate Kid. I saw some flaws in the film that I really didn't like. And that's what kind of turned me away from the whole Karate Kid series and Cobra Kai.
As a kid who grew up watching martial art movies, The Karate Kid was great. However, when YouTube Red introduced Cobra Kai, I was a little confused. Wait, these are the same characters and they're coming back? I just never got a chance to watch it with all the other content I've been watching. I'm interested. Everyone said that it's great and it's not predictable. You're like, oh, the moment you think it's going to go somewhere, they actually change, and it keeps everyone interested. That's as much as I know about Cobra Kai. I am interested in watching it. I just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, well, I would like to say, as a fan of the franchise, except for that debacle they tried to do in between, which we won't talk about because that was corny. Anyway, I like it. I didn't think I was going to, and I definitely gave it the side eye because originally I think YouTube had they had a little thing going on there, and I was like, I don't know where you're going. But I tell you, when I saw it, it was cool because it was just enough nostalgia that it didn't become annoying. They actually made fun of the nostalgia, and the kids, it was cool. It wasn't too much. It's a series that's about adults that grew up with the franchise, but it was still open enough for youth, and I thought it had a really good balance. And it definitely kept you on your toes of what was going to happen next. So it's about family, it's about friends, it's about regret, it's about getting over the past, moving on, letting go grudges. I feel like the whole Miyagi thing, it's like a Miyagi thing. Like they're actually entertaining you and teaching you, and not to the point that it gets annoying, which is good.
All right, so Geeks, when you give the side eye, do
Yeah.
your eyes go all the way up when you thought about that, or did it just like,
I'm giving it to you right now. All right. What else we got there, gentlemen? I think we went through everything.
Yeah,
Oh.
so I guess in what ranking order would you say this list should be a must watch. Like, if you had to put a show at number 1 and number 2, how would you rate the order of everything we talked about?
Wow. I know my list's going to be different than y'all, but I know one thing we can all say. What is so funny with you? What, you guys smoking, drinking? What's going on? I would say, I think we all can agree that Lupin was number 1.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I think, though. I think everything gets hairwired right about there.
Well, wait. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. I'll put it at number 2, but not number 1.
Wow, what would you put number 1?
Yeah.
Wandavision. Sorry, hands down. Wandavision.
Wow, even myself and Corey agree with that. Like, what are you talking about?
Because I'm a huge Marvel fan. I basically read the comics. The direction they're going with this is so awesome that it's like I'm waiting for episode 3. The anticipation of getting to the final episode and see where they're going with this, because it has the connection towards Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Right, but I feel as though, like, Lupin, there's 10 episodes right now, but Netflix decided to release them in 2 parts. So there's only 5 episodes that you can watch right now. I'm waiting for 6 to 10 to drop, and that excitement has me more on edge than episode 3 of Marvel. So WandaVision for me comes in number 2. Lupin is definitely number 1.
All right. Well, I guess we all could agree, even though you didn't even see it, I guess Sabrina will be last.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, Sabrina. We all want to keep our soul.
Don't hex us, please. Don't hex us.
Yeah.
I will, however, say the reception of both Cobra Kai and Sabrina differs based on your taste in shows.
Right.
I could see Sabrina being a number 3 and Cobra Kai being a number 4 for some people.
Yeah.
For me, Cobra Kai definitely will be number 3. And Sabrina.
Yeah, I would say number 3. Because I'll give Cobra Kai a chance. That's how I see it. Compared to what I gave to Sabrina. I gave Sabrina a chance with season 1 and 2. They were good. But once we got to 3 and 4, I felt they went a different direction. They didn't know where they were going. It was just... And I guess when they found out that there was going to be canceled, they was just like, okay, just throw anything. I don't care.
It's a very mature show for such a teenage drama. So that's going to throw off a lot of people. Like, there's death. Like you said, there's sex. There's a lot of adult topics for teen dramas, and that has not been portrayed like this. If you're interested in that, yes, go ahead. But I think Cobra Kai would be a better watch than everything else on this list.
Yeah, you know what? When I would say season 1 and season 2, at first I thought they're just saying everything backwards. Like, you know, like they took church and just flipped it on its head. But then it goes in, it goes out, it goes up, it goes down, and I think that's what you felt about it, Corey. That you were like, you know what? I want to save my soul, so I'm not gonna watch this thing over there. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because every episode it was definitely praising, and we went into the spiritual realm with every episode. I'm like, oh man, they're not gonna go there, are they? And every episode they went there even further. So
yeah.
The acting is perfect. The singing, the acting, the wardrobe, the writing, the production, everything's good. It's just your values come into play.
Yeah, they definitely, if you believe in vibration, the things that they say, it's like, what am I letting in my house by watching this thing there? Sorry about y'all. And I like horror movies, and I like, those things, but this one, for that...
They haven't learned from The Exorcist.
For some reason, this is scarier.
They went into exorcism. I was like, whoa. Oh, okay, and... Like I said, the writing is very, very solid. But
wait, did y'all hear me? They didn't learn from The Exorcist. Why are you looking at that? Why are you looking like that?
I'm giving you the eye right now.
I'm sorry, but it's the facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
So, all right. So what are we going to talk about next show? Do we know ahead of time?
We could talk about WandaVision, episode 3.
And me watching it. Yeah. Also, so on the IG, should I mention on the show some stuff? I know, because depending on when someone watches it, this could be out of sync, and I think it's better they just go to the Instagram and see what we're giving away.
Yeah, that works.
For continuity.
Did you,
yeah, you know what it is? He was talking so much junk, he got frozen.
Oh, we could talk about the 2 hottest movies right now, which is American Skin and One Night in Miami.
Oh, yeah. We were supposed to talk about that. One Night in Miami. I knew I forgot something. I think that was great. I'm so glad that you said to watch that. It was so enjoyable. One Night in Miami, it's based on the fact that Muhammad Ali, then Cassius Clay, Malcolm X, Sam Cooke, and
Jim Brown
were all friends. Now, were they friends in real life?
I think they were acquaintances. I'm not sure they were as close friends as depicted in the movie, which was also an adaptation of the play of the same name. It's based on true events, not a true story. So I think in some weird way, they all knew each other.
Yeah. So I guess this is a what if. This is a big what if. And that device has been done a lot with plays, as you said. But we don't really see that many representations within film of like a what if. And I thought it was really nice. It had great moments. The editor was amazing. Whoever the editor was, listen, man, you need to get an award. And I'd have to give shots to Regina King, my TV crush for years. I mean, her vocal work, her presence, her acting has been consistent for decades. She's too young to be doing all the great work that she's done. And she doesn't really get all the praise for it, but let me tell you something. You're amazing, ma'am. And this is her directorial debut.
Her very first film. She knocked it out the park. I know there's going to be a lot of critics that tear everything apart because of the storylines that she created that don't really coincide with real life. I feel like we could have did better with the dates, but the movie is really solid. I give it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah,
Jeez.
you know, if you could depart from reality, but it's so hard. They're so strong, prominent, historical, black men that it's like, I mean, even when we spoke about this before, I have to look up at you. Even when we spoke about this before, I had an issue. I was like, well, why is this real? Did this really happen? I think there's a danger, for audience-wise, especially for the youth, when you're like, they'll think this really happened.
Well, I think the people in the know, their accomplishments. You know what they did for activism and the black movement. This movie just depicts had they had a conversation of their accolades, of their ideologies, how would it have gone? And it was very interesting to see each other say this is what they think of the world and this is how they view the world and why their way is right. And then they pick it apart. It's just genius.
Do you think that if they started the film with words saying this didn't really happen, but what if? Do you think that takes away from the intensity, like the imagination of what if?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so.
I agree with Corey on that because I watched it during, work, and so far I love it.
Wait a minute. You're not actually answering what we're talking about. You're saying what you want to say. You got to pay attention. Nope. You got to respond to what we're talking about.
Okay, continue.
What I said was, if there was a disclaimer in the beginning of this didn't really happen, but what if it did, does that take away from how the film hit you?
No. I mean, yeah, it would. Sorry, yes.
And why is that? Why do you feel? And both of you answer that. Why? Because both of you said yes. Yes.
Because if you was told that this didn't really happen, it loses that effectiveness in the film. Like that, wow, each character has different chemistry. Like the whole chemistry aspect, it would basically diminish if somebody actually put that out there.
I agree with everything Dayveonne said. It would definitely take away credit for the plot of the movie. This one part, this one night, it's fictional. It's not real. But if you give that realism aspect, not just the what if, but how would it have been, I think is another level we could have gone to. And that disclaimer would have taken all of that away.
Well, we're running out of time, but I want to say one thing for all you creatives and artists. There's one part of the film that really hit me hard, and I've been saying this for years, where you can't, there's a bunch of people, Malcolm X was saying, the character in this, that you can't poison the community on one hand with your art and different things that you do, and then come around and say, well, when I make it, then I'll make amends and do stuff. But of course, that would knock out 90% of the. I'll just leave it right there. I'll just leave that right there. Everybody, say your.
Watch the movie, guys.
Yeah, watch that one. And you know what? That would be my number one.
Yes, I'll agree with.
Yes.
All right. So everybody, say your social media real quick over there.
Dayveonne Bussey on all the things.
I'm getting that copyrighted. I am 63 on all of the things.
And you can go to check out. I don't have an Instagram, so you can just sit that back right there. Right now. You go to GEEKCASTER on Instagram and go to geekcaster.com. You're watching us on cable. Bless your little heart. Yes. All right. And for giveaways and other things, go there to GEEKCASTER, and thank you very much. And we will continue to give you that stuff. All righty.
We're starting off in 2021 like this. Yes.